Well, hey folks, relaunch with John Rentals, my review of New Japan Pro Wrestling's Road to Destruction Night 3 event. The final ones they're going to have on NJPW.com. They'll have some house shows leading up to the event on the 15th, which is one of the Destruction shows they're going to have this month. That should be a lot of fun. That's headlined by Kenny Omega versus Tomohiro Ishii for the IWGP Heavyweight title. And yes, I will be reviewing that one. Any translations from promos that I have written down, I want to credit to Reason JP, aka Chris Charlton. He sat in on commentary with Kevin Kelly and Rock Romero, especially during the G1, to provide translations for the various for the various Japanese wrestler promos. That was really good stuff. It was really nice to get a good translation, so that's really awesome. So again, that's Reason JP. Not that the guy needs me to shout him out. He's way more famous than I'll ever hope to be, but just thought I'd do that because it was really nice to get some good translations. So Yuji Nagata getting a huge pop. His hometown, apparently. He cuts promo, poses with, I believe, the mayor of the town, as I read. And that was really nice. It was great for a legend like Yuji Nagata. Big fan of his. Really happy for a guy who has wrestled for so damn long. Next year, 35 years in the wrestling business, martial arts. He has just done so well. He was wrestling all the way back, like, on Nitro. That's where I remember first seeing him, besides, like, a little bit in Japan. So it's really nice to still see him going strong here in 2018. Even in these tag matches, he has helped the young guys, and he can still kick you like he's got a freaking cannonball in his leg. It's just amazing. So that was cool stuff to start out. And then Young Lions start off the first two matches. You have Yota and Yuya. Nice little 10-minute draw with some good grappling. No, nothing special. And neither guy looked weak. Can't wait to see what both guys do in the future. And then an 8-man tag, the first of three 8-man tags. Ren Narita, Shota Umino, and Ayato Yoshida. I'm trying to get that name down. And Michael Elgin. So Michael Elgin basically just said, "Hey guys, I'm gonna face the firing squad. You wanna come? And join me?" Yeah. So they faced Tama Tonga, Tongaloa, Bad Luck Fale, and Ishimori. And this was good. The Young Lions did well, but they did get beat up a lot. They did have a nice little spot where they hit a triple drop kick on Bad Luck Fale. And there was good. Yoshida, I think, may actually end up being a bigger star. He just has a certain look to him, so I really can't wait to see what this young guy does. Elgin, of course, had his exchanges with the various firing squad members, and Ishimori ends up tapping out Ren Narita with the yes lock. I wonder who that's in reference to. But honestly, Ishimori is just a great wrestler, super smooth in the ring. Everybody did well in this. Certainly no complaints. It was an okay match, but fun for what it was. And then Gato and Goto versus El Desperado and Taichi. No Miho this time. I am again disappointed. That's okay. She'll probably be back for the show on the 17th. It was outside action as you would expect. There was some bad chair shot to Gato, or not to Gato, but to Goto's head. Gato got his knee worked on, but bad shot to Goto's head. I hope he's okay, because that looked really vicious. Don't get me wrong, I've seen plenty of vicious chair shots, but it just made me cringe. And they focused on Gato's knee and Pinche Loco for the win. So Gato gets pinned. Shocking. I think pretty much 99% of the time Gato is taking the pin in a match. Taichi and Goto they had their nice little exchanges to lead where their never open weight match will take place on the 17th. I think that is certainly going to be interesting, quite fun. I think Taichi's going to get the victory. I'm not saying that if Goto wins, I won't be upset, but I almost feel like it's time to get Taichi just a bit of a run. Give him a run from here to Wrestle Kingdom. If he loses it at Wrestle Kingdom, it is what it is. But he has delivered some good performances this year. And plus, it would make Miho happy, and I love seeing Miho happy. I think a lot of people would. Now, moving on to the fourth match. Another LIJ versus Suzuki-gun match, which pretty much had just been swapping out one member of Suzuki-gun in the respective shows. So, like, first you had El Desperado on night one, then you had Taka. You had Taka replacing... But the bottom line is you had one guy swapped out for, like, various ones. So, you have Naito, Sonata, Evil, and Bushi versus Suzuki, Kanemaru, Taka, and Izuka. And oh look, it's outside immediately, and oh look, chair usage, and oh look, Suzuki cares not for the safety of anybody. Well, actually, he's a great guy. He's just insane. He's also awesome, but he's insane. A lot of chair usage. That Naito versus Suzuki match is going to be awesome. If anything, like their match at Hinokuni, that was a great match. And that actually took place at the end. I think I said in one review it took place at the end of March. I was wrong. It took place at the end of April. Um, which was really funny. The bottom line, end of March, end of April, doesn't really matter. The bottom line is that show was really damn good. It just was, and it was great to see Naito finally beat Suzuki and capture the title, even though he wants the IWGP Heavyweight title and not the Intercontinental title. But anyway, the whole point is this match was just fun. There were good exchanges. Bushi ends up pinning Taka, and you have more stuff of Naito trying to bait Suzuki and everything. it was just fun. It was a fun LIJ versus Suzuki-gun match with about 80% of it taking place outside. Shocking, I know. And then we move on to Hanare and Tanahashi versus Yoshihashi and Okada. It was fun. It was just more hype for Okada versus Tanahashi, which I believe takes place on the 23rd. Again, some of the cards kind of mixed together for me, so apologies if I tend to forget exactly where some of these matches fall. I'm remembering where a lot of big matches are. But as for any of the small undercard matches, I don't really remember. I know Liger's on a couple of the Destruction shows, which I'm here for, because got to enjoy Liger now. The man's been wrestling since 1984. He ain't going to wrestle forever. But my God, what a legend he is. Anyway, back to this match. It was fun. Hanare did well, even though he had a nice shoulder block, hit a nice Samoan drop. He did get beat up in the course. Big shock, he took the fall here. He got a butterfly lock by Yoshihashi. Hanare ends up tapping out. It was a good match, and I'm really going to be excited for Okada versus Tanahashi. That's going to be a very, very, very fun match. Really curious to see what happens. I'm really curious to see what happens. So, anyway, Ospreay, Beretta, Yano, and Tomohiro Ishii versus Chase, Yujiro Takahashi, and the Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi. This had a lot of comedy in it, and no complaints about that. It had a lot of good comedy. Yano being Yano at one point trying to take down a turnbuckle pad. Omega stops him, goes to another one. Ibushi stops him, goes to another one. Chase stops him, and then he backs up into Yujiro, and then suddenly, all the Bullet Club is surrounding him. The Bullet Club team surrounding him, and Yano just being entertained, like and just getting beat up. That was funny. And then a rowboat spot where it was everybody in the match that I mentioned except Kota and Ospreay. So they're on opposite sides. So you got this like rowboat thing where Bullet Club's controlling it, and they got this like star thing. So if it was an overhead camera, you'd be able to see like a 6-pointed star. And, they're doing the rowboat thing and stuff like that. And there's enough space where Ibushi and Ospreay just look at each other. They get in the ring to step over, and they just start punching and doing this exchange. And they even do this pin, like this Hurricanrana into a pin. It doesn't end the match, but right in the middle of the star. I mean, the precision and everything that you gotta do to do something like that is really cool. Now, I mean, yeah, it's comedy, goofiness, and some people don't like it. I didn't mind it in this instance. I found this match entertaining. It was funny. Comedy at times really does have a good, a good place in wrestling. Omega at one point, there was a point where Ishii goes, I believe it's Ishii, goes to throw him. And he throws him. And Omega misses landing fully on his head by like that much. I mean, he sort of does land on his head, but not enough to like impact anything. And then it seemed like he also hurt his knee at some points. Fortunately, he didn't land on his head. It seemed like he might have hurt his knee because he did cry out in pain. Granted, he could have just been selling something. I don't know. But hopefully he's okay because the guy's on such an ascent right now. I would hate to see an injury take him out. Honestly, because that guy deserves to main event the Tokyo Dome for all the hard work that he's done. I know he main evented in 2017, I believe him and Okada main evented. They would have almost had to. But the whole point is, I mean, of course they did. I'm really tired, otherwise I would have known that for a fact. It was just really fun. Fortunately, Omega was okay. Everybody seemed okay. Beretta ended up pinning Chase, and that was the end of that. And I certainly am very excited for Tomohiro Ishii versus Kenny Omega. It's going to be a lot of fun. Now we move on to, and boy, I really am just afraid I'm going to fucking screw up these names. This is a very fun match. It was Satoshi Kojima or Kojima. It's one of the two. I think it's Kojima. It's at Cozy Lariat. He's the guy who's always posting about bread. I know that because I've seen those retweets on my timeline. He came back from an ACL injury. Really, really nice. So it was Satoshi Kojima, Yuji Nagata, Tenzan, and Manabu Nakanishi versus Makabe, Finlay, Juice, and Honma. This was fun. It's kind of funny that Juice and Finlay, I think, were the only two that were under 30. And I think everybody else was over 40. And actually, there were two guys over 50. Well, I mean, Nagata at 50 and Nakanishi at 51. Nothing wrong with that. It was great. Crowd popped huge. There was a cool moment where Juice's team before the match got some flowers from some amateur wrestlers from this kids team, and that was cool. They all got to pose with them. That was a really nice gesture. That was really cool. Nagata super over. A lot of blue signs. They've handed out these signs, obviously, or fans bought them. But, Blue Justice got this huge pop and all these blue signs. It was really, really cool. It wasn't a huge venue, but it was a nice venue and really, really loud. And Kojima, hugely over, massive pop. Great to see him back. I'd seen a little bit of his work and really was happy to see him back. I'm always happy to see a wrestler come back from injury because tough business, and they give their bodies up to us, and they deserve to have that. They deserve to have that moment where they're able to come back. So, good exchanges. There was some comedy, of course. Really nice crossbody by Nakanishi for, a big guy and 51 years old. Really nice crossbody. Juice and Finlay having some good comedic moments. Kojima ends up pinning. Kojima ends up pinning. Tell me how it's said in the comments, and then I'll actually know so I don't screw this up. But he ends up pinning Finlay. It's our massive lariat. Of course, his Twitter handle at Cozy Lariat. But just boom, I mean, just the pop he had on that 1, 2, 3. He had a post-match promo where he thanked the fans and talked about his comeback. And then Nagata promo talked about how it's going to be 35 years in martial arts, wrestling martial arts for him next year. And again, at Reason JP, thanks to him for the translations for that. So I'm going to say B for this. It was a fun tag match to end the show. Overall, it was a fun show. It flowed along nicely. It was only because the promo in the beginning by Nagata, I mean, I think the whole show was maybe 2 hours of wrestling because then you had promos bookmark, which was fine. So yeah, this is an easy show to get through. Do you need to watch all 3 of these Road to Destruction shows? You don't have to. If you don't have the time, I do appreciate you guys if you are watching this review, though. But they were fun. They were fun matches. And it's nice. It's certainly going to be interesting to see what happens on the 15th, 17th, and 23rd, respectively. So yeah, anyway, that's what I got to say. So it'd be great overall for me. Agree, disagree, what I said. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Twitter link in the description. It's been Real Aussie with John Mifflin, and I will see you soon.